What's up everyone, Greymane here. Season 11 is officially here, and honestly, the meta hasn't changed as much as some of you might have hoped. The same weapons that were dominating last season are still on top, which means if you're struggling in ranked, it's probably time to switch up your loadout. Now, I'm not going to sit here and rank these guns from worst to best, because here's the truth, the best gun depends entirely on your playstyle. So instead, I'm breaking down the top 10 weapons in Season 11 by how you actually play the game. Whether you're an aggressive rusher, a balanced player, or someone who loves holding down lanes, I've got the perfect weapon for you. Let's dive in and find your new main for Season 11. First up, let's talk about the state of the meta. Season 11 hasn't brought any massive weapon buffs or nerfs that completely shake things up. What this means is that the weapons that were already strong are still strong, and the playstyles that worked before still work now. But here's why that's important. With a stable meta like this, weapon choice becomes even more critical. You're not riding the wave of a new overpowered gun. You're picking up weapons that match your natural playstyle and skill level. Some of these guns are incredibly easy to use and forgiving. Others require precision and game sense to get the most out of them. Throughout this video, I'm going to give each weapon a skill flow rating, easy, medium, or hard. This tells you how much practice you'll need before the gun feels competitive. An easy gun means you can pick it up and start winning fights immediately. A hard gun means there's a learning curve, but the payoff is worth it. So with that said, let's break down these 11 weapons by the way you play. Alright, let's start with the aggressive players. If you're someone who loves to push, rush, and put pressure on the enemy team, these three weapons are built for you. First up, the VMP. This is an ultra aggressive SMG with an extreme fire rate. It creates a very fast time to kill up close, and I mean it basically deletes people instantly. The VMP is perfect for confident movers who know how to close distance and suffocate opponents in close quarters before they can even react. But here's the trade-off. The recoil kicks hard and the range falls off very quickly. You cannot use this from far away. It's a sprayer made for players who live in the enemy's face. If that's you, this gun is incredibly satisfying. I'd give this a medium skill rating. The recoil takes some practice to control, but once you get it, you'll dominate close range. Next, the Sten. Think of this as the movement king. The Sten is focused entirely on mobility with smooth recoil and very steady damage output. It lacks range, but it makes up for it with fluid movement that allows you to track targets easily while moving fast yourself. This gun works best when you abuse strafing, meaning you're moving side to side quickly. You become incredibly hard to hit while maintaining accurate fire. It's perfect for players who play with consistent, controlled aggression. This one's easy to use. The smooth recoil and good movement make it one of the most beginner-friendly aggressive weapons out there. And finally, the Ram 7. This is a pure all-rounder that fits aggressive play beautifully. It combines a fast fire rate with almost zero recoil, making it incredibly easy to control in any situation. It gives you a strong time to kill from close range out to mid-range. Because it's so stable, it allows you to beam enemies. This means if you master the recoil, you can hit shots harder and more accurately than almost any other assault rifle at this range. It's the perfect choice for high-tempo players who want a gun that just works. This is probably the easiest AR to use. The low recoil makes it incredibly forgiving for players at any skill level. Quick note, there's one gun absolutely dominating long-range fights right now that you need to know about. It hits harder than almost anything else in the game, but there's a major catch. I'll break down why it's so deadly in just a bit, but first let's finish with the versatile options. Alright, so let's talk about the weapons for players who want versatility. These guns can handle multiple ranges and adapt to different situations. If you don't want to be locked into one specific playstyle, these are your picks. Starting with the XM4. This is the definition of a reliable all-rounder. It has great range, easy recoil, and fast handling. It doesn't dominate in any single category, but it never loses a fair fight. This makes it one of the safest and most reliable assault rifles you can choose. The XM4 is ideal for players who want stability with just enough killing power to take fights all across the map without worrying about your gun's limits. You can push when you need to, hold angles when you need to, and everything in between. This is your safe bet if you're still learning or trying to find your playstyle. It's easy to use right from the start. Next up, the USS-9. Now, you either hate this gun or you love this gun. This is what I call a pocket assault rifle. It's technically an SMG, but it plays like an assault rifle that lets you run fast. The USS-9 is a dominant mid-range weapon that wins gunfights almost anywhere as long as you're not in a super close point-blank fight. It offers 3-shot kill potential that reaches deep into long range. Combined with steady recoil and smooth movement, it feels incredibly versatile. If you want the range of an assault rifle but the speed of an SMG, this is your gun. It's honestly one of my personal favorites this season. I'd call this easy to medium. The recoil is manageable, but you do need to understand your effective range to get the most out of it. And here's an interesting one, the Type 19. Think of this as the more passive version of the XM4. While the XM4 is balanced for everything, the Type 19 focuses entirely on stability. It has no aim shake and very low flinch, which makes it better for a slightly more passive, controlled style. You don't run in with this gun, you hold angles at mid to long range. It's built to exploit enemy mistakes. If they walk into your lane, this gun is too stable to miss. It's perfect for players who prefer to play smart rather than fast. This is easy to use even for newer players. The stability makes it very forgiving when you're still learning positioning and game sense. So let me know in the comments, are you an aggressive player or do you prefer these balanced, versatile options? I'm curious what playstyle most of you lean toward. Alright, now let's talk about the weapons for the anchors and the lane holders, because if you play a more methodical, strategic game, these next few guns are going to feel like they were made for you. If you're someone who likes to lock down areas, control lanes, and force the enemy to come to you, these weapons are your bread and butter. Remember, that long-range weapon I mentioned earlier, here it is, the Odin. This gun is defined by one thing, extreme damage. It hits incredibly hard with an easy 3-shot kill at mid to long range. If you play patiently, this gun deletes players before they can hit back. But there's a price. It has a slow fire rate, heavy movement, and it's very slow to aim down sights. This is not a rushing weapon. This is a power position weapon. You find your spot, you lock it down, and you make the enemy regret challenging you. I'd give this a medium to hard rating. The slow handling really punishes bad positioning, but it rewards smart play. If you understand map control and where to set up, this gun is devastating. Next up, the MG42. This is a high-speed LMG built for non-stop fire. It melts enemies at close and mid-range, not because of high damage, but because of the sheer volume of bullets. It creates a line of fire that people cannot walk through. The downside is that it feels heavy. The reload takes a long time and the movement is very sluggish. You cannot run around the map like an SMG player, but if you play anchored, meaning you find a power position and hold it, this gun becomes a lane-dominating monster. I'd call this medium difficulty. You need to understand positioning and map control to use this effectively. It's not beginner-friendly, but it's not the hardest gun to learn either. And here's one that surprises people, the HVK-30. This is high-pressure AR that relies on one specific attachment to compete. It's large caliber ammo. When you use this ammo, it delivers excellent range and a very strong time to kill. But it has flaws. It suffers from a short magazine and a tricky S-shaped recoil pattern. This makes it harder to control than other options, but if you set it up properly and learn the recoil, it becomes a lane-shredding laser that melts everything. This is a hard gun to use. The recoil pattern and magazine management requires practice. It's not for beginners, but skilled players absolutely love this gun once they master it. Here's what caught my attention this season. The Type 19 also fits here. I mentioned this earlier in the versatile category, but it honestly works just as well as a lane holder. The lack of flinch and aim shake makes it perfect for pre-aiming and holding angles. It's one of those guns that fits multiple playstyles depending on how you build it. Now let's talk about the weapons for the precision players. These guns require accuracy and discipline, but if you have good aim, they reward you with some of the fastest kill times in the game. The SKS and Type 63. These are the only semi-auto marksman rifles on this list, and they're built for one thing: precision. Both weapons give you a reliable 2-tap kill to the chest and a 1-tap kill to the head. This gives you extremely fast kills when you hit your shots, but there's a catch. Because of the single fire rhythm, missing a shot hurts. If your aim is off, the gun punishes you hard. So which one should you pick? The SKS is for the disciplined player. It focuses on stability and high damage per shot. It's perfect for winning fights before the enemy can even react. Think of it as the more traditional marksman rifle. The Type 63 is the lightweight hybrid. It has a much quicker handling and better movement speed. This makes it ideal for the aggressive player who wants to hunt enemies while moving. It's the more mobile option. Both of these are hard guns to use. They require good aim and trigger discipline. They're definitely not beginner friendly, but they're incredibly satisfying when you master them. If you have the aim for it, these can be devastating. So here's my question for you. Do you have the aim to run one of these marksman rifles, or do you prefer the more forgiving automatics? Let me know in the comments, because I'm curious how many of you are actually running semi-auto weapons this season. Now, before we wrap up, I need to talk about one more weapon that didn't make my main list, but it absolutely deserves an honorable mention, the SO14. After testing this gun and hearing about some shadow buffs it received, the SO14 might genuinely be one of the best weapons in the game right now. It's a versatile marksman rifle that deals very high damage with incredibly low recoil. It also has a fast fire rate, and you can use it for close to long range gunfights. Here's what makes the SO14 special. It's all about how you build it. You can build it for aggressive, fully automatic play at close to mid-range, or you can set it up for near zero recoil, accurate, long-range, semi-automatic fire. That versatility is insane. If you go aggressive, you can rush around the map hunting eliminations. The build helps lower all the recoil while increasing your accuracy, and you can easily take down enemies with 3 to 4 shots at long range. Plus, you've got 50 round drums, so you have tons of ammo before you need to reload. The tactical playstyle also works perfectly fine with this gun. You don't have to run around much, just defend points and rely on the accuracy of the gun to take down enemies from a distance. The time to kill on this is 300 milliseconds or less, which is competitive with the best weapons in the game. Overall, this SO14 loadout is so good that it favors all playstyles. As long as you have decent aim, the SO14 will do the job for you. So why didn't it make my main list? Honestly, it's still being slept on by most players. Not enough people are running it yet, so I wanted to see how the meta develops. But mark my words, this gun is going to become more popular as the season goes on. If you want to get ahead of the meta, give the SO14 a try. You might be surprised at how good it is. Alright, so now you've seen all 10 weapons, but how do you actually choose? Here's my recommendation. Start with your natural playstyle. If you're aggressive and love to push, try the Sten first because it has the easiest skill floor. If you want versatility, the XM4 or USS9 are your safest bets. If you anchor and hold lanes, the Odin or MG42 will feel right at home. But here's the key, don't force yourself into a weapon just because someone says it's meta. The best gun is the one that matches how you naturally play. I've seen players struggle with the VMP because they're trying to force an aggressive playstyle when they're naturally more passive. And I've seen anchor players try to use the XM4 when they'd be way better with the Odin. Your weapon should enhance your strengths, not force you to play differently. Now, if you're brand new or still trying to find your playstyle, I'd recommend starting with the XM4, the Ram 7, or the USS9. All three have an easy skill floor and they work across multiple ranges. You can experiment with different playstyles without being locked into one specific role. What's your go-to weapon this season? Are you sticking with what you know, or are you trying something new? Let me know in the comments. Season 11 is still in its early stages, so we could see balance changes as the season progresses. Keep an eye on patch notes, especially if you're maining one of the harder to use weapons like the HVK-30 or marksman rifles. The meta has been pretty stable, which means these weapons should remain competitive throughout the season. But if you notice certain guns getting buffs or nerfs, don't be afraid to adapt. Flexibility is just as important as gun skill. If you want to stay updated on any meta changes, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. I'll be covering any major updates as soon as they drop. And that's the breakdown of the best weapons in Season 11, organized by how you actually play the game. I hope this helps you find your perfect loadout. If you found this helpful, smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future meta updates and weapon guides. I've got more Season 11 content coming your way. Until next time, this is GrayMane, and I'll catch you in the next one.